He is a being that could best be described as a horror, a creature of utmost terror. He is known as He Who Waits Behind the Wall, and the Nesperdian hive mind. In some circles, he is an eyeless abomination with 7 mouths. His right hand holds a dead star, and his left hand holds the candle whose light is shadow, and is stained with the blood of Dagar. 6 of his mouths speak in different tongues. When the time is right, the 7th shall sing the song that ends the earth. To invoke the hive mind representing chaos, invoking the feeling of chaos without order, the Nesperdian hive mind of chaos, he who waits behind the wall, Zalgo. During the summer of 1983, in a quiet town near Minneapolis, Minnesota, the charred body of a woman was found inside the kitchen stove of a small farmhouse. A video camera was also found in the kitchen, standing on a tripod pointed at the oven. No tape was found inside the camera at the time. Although the scene was originally labeled as a homicide by the police, an unmarked VHS tape was later discovered at the bottom of the farm's well, which had apparently dried up earlier that year. Despite its worn condition and the fact that it contained no audio, police were still able to view the contents of the tape. It depicted a woman recording herself in front of the video camera, seemingly using the same camera that the police found in the kitchen. After positioning the camera to include both her and her kitchen stove in its view, she turned on the oven, opened the door, crawled inside, and then closed the door behind her. After 8 minutes into the video, the oven could be seen shaking violently. At this point, thick, black smoke emanated from it. For the remaining 45 minutes of the video, until the batteries in the camera died, it remained in its stationary position. To avoid disturbing any of the local community, the police never released any information about the tape, or even the fact that it was found altogether. Police were also not able to determine who put the tape in the well, or why the height and stature of the woman in the video didn't even come close to matching the body that they had found in the oven. In rural southern Illinois, a toy company began selling realistic baby dolls to expectant mothers. But apparently, after the mother had her child, the toy baby would start crying. Eventually, the rocking motion advertised calm it down wouldn't work, and you couldn't get it to stop without shaking it. Eventually, when it started crying, the parent would have to beat it, and even then the beatings and thrashings would have to get harder and harder to get it to be quiet. The only thing that seemed to shut the baby doll up permanently was to bash its head against the wall and destroy whatever mechanism triggered the crying. On more than one occasion, though, neighbors called the authorities to report child abuse, and when the police arrived, they found the bloody remains of infants smeared across the walls and floor. In most cases, the mother couldn't understand why the police were there. She said that she had just gotten rid of the stupid doll, she calmly stated, as she rocked the baby-shaped bundle in her arms back and forth. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the Holder of the End. Should a look of childlike fear come over the worker's face, you shall be taken to a cell in the building. It will be in a deep, hidden section of the building. All you will hear is the sound of someone talking to themselves echo in the halls. It is in a language that you will not understand, but your very soul will feel unspeakable fear. Should the talking stop at any time, stop and quickly say aloud, "I'm just passing through. I wish to talk." If you still hear silence, flee Leave. Do not stop for anything. Do not go home. Do not stay at an inn. Just keep moving. And sleep where your body drops. You will know in the morning if you've escaped. If the voice in the hall comes back after you utter those words, continue on. Upon reaching the cell, all you will see is a windowless room with a person in the corner, speaking an unknown language and cradling something. The person will only respond to one question. What happens when they all come together? The person will then stare into your eyes and answer your question in horrifying detail. Many go mad in that very cell, some disappear soon after the meeting, and few will end their lives. But most do the worst thing. You will want to as well. Be warned that if you do, your death will be in that room, by that person's hands. You will want to look at the object in the person's hands. This is object 1 of 538, and they must never come together.